In a digital world overflowing with faces and filters, there are a few who don't just appear, they arrive. Lizzie Walks is one of them. With every step, every look, every perfectly timed post, she turns a simple scroll into a moment you can't forget. Her presence feels effortless, yet it's undeniably powerful, the kind that makes you stop, stare, and wonder who she really is. Lizzie isn't just another Instagram model, she's a statement of confidence, energy, and unapologetic self-expression. She redefines what it means to stand out in a world that's already seen everything. Every story of success starts somewhere, and for Lizzie Walks, it all began with a simple decision to show up as herself. When she first appeared on Instagram, she didn't come with the backing of big brands or professional studios, just her confidence, creativity, and an unshakable belief that her presence could make an impact. Within months, that belief started turning into reality. Post after post, Lizzie began to build a loyal audience drawn not only to her beauty, but to the energy she radiates. There's something magnetic about the way she owns every frame, her posture, her smile, her fearless authenticity. People don't just follow her for fashion, they follow her for how she makes them feel, inspired, confident, and unapologetically themselves. What makes her story stand out isn't just growth in numbers, it's the journey of a woman who decided to craft her own path in the crowded world of social media. Lizzie didn't wait for validation, she created her own stage, her own rhythm, and her own definition of what influence truly means. Her content blends style, self-expression, and empowerment, making her not just a model, but a symbol of how individuality can shine in a world that often tries to make everyone look the same. Fashion, for Lizzie Walks, isn't just about clothing, it's an entire language. Every outfit she wears tells a story, every look feels like a scene from a modern-day art film. Her style is a perfect balance between bold femininity and refined European sophistication, the kind of look that turns heads not because it tries too hard, but because it feels effortlessly powerful. Lizzie knows how to use fashion as a form of self-expression. She chooses pieces that highlight her natural confidence, silhouettes that celebrate her figure, fabrics that move with her energy, and colors that capture light in a way that makes her presence almost cinematic. Whether she's in a sleek streetwear set or a glamorous evening outfit, there's always intention behind every detail. Nothing about her look is random, it's crafted, it's thoughtful, and it's pure Lizzie. Her photo shoots often feel like visual poetry. You'll notice how the lighting, the background, and the tones work together to create harmony, soft, warm glows that emphasize her features, or bold, contrasting frames that command attention. It's not just modeling, it's storytelling through fashion and aesthetics. And what's truly fascinating is how she bridges the gap between artistic beauty and modern trend culture. She can appear elegant, mysterious, or fiercely confident, sometimes all in one frame. That's what sets Lizzie apart from so many others, her ability to make every image feel alive, every pose feel intentional, and every outfit look like a moment in motion. Behind every striking photo and confident walk, there's a deeper story, one built on discipline, balance, and care. For Lizzie Walks, beauty isn't just something that comes from the outside, it's a reflection of how you treat yourself from within. She understands that real confidence begins with energy, and that energy is fueled by movement, mindfulness, and self-love. Lizzie often shares glimpses of her fitness routine, whether it's early morning workouts, stretches before a shoot, or moments of calm between her busy days. But it's never about perfection or unrealistic goals, it's about consistency, balance, and feeling good in your own skin. That's what makes her so relatable. She doesn't just post for aesthetics, she inspires a lifestyle. Her approach to wellness is simple yet powerful: listen to your body, nurture your mind, and let both shape the way you show up in the world. That's why her audience connects with her on a deeper level. They see a woman who embodies strength, elegance, and authenticity all at once. And when it comes to beauty, Lizzie has mastered the art of minimalism that still makes an impact. Her makeup choices enhance rather than hide, her hair always complements her vibe, and every photo radiates that unmistakable healthy glow that comes from inner peace and outer care. It's the kind of beauty that can't be faked, it's lived. In every sense, Lizzie Walks doesn't chase beauty standards, she sets her own. Through her lifestyle, she reminds her audience that self-care isn't vanity, it's empowerment. Social media isn't just a platform for Lizzie Walks, it's her stage, her gallery, and her creative playground. Her Instagram is where it all started, and it remains the heart of her growing influence. Each post feels like a moment carefully crafted to reflect who she is: confident, stylish, and full of presence. From fashion editorials to behind-the-scenes glimpses, her feed is a visual diary of self-expression that keeps evolving with her. But Lizzie doesn't stop there. On TikTok, she transforms into motion, turning every clip into a burst of charisma and rhythm. Whether it's her signature walking videos, fashion transitions, or trending challenges, there's always that unmistakable spark that makes people stop scrolling. Her movements are fluid, her energy magnetic. She doesn't just follow trends, she elevates them. The engagement she receives speaks volumes. Thousands interact with her posts not only because of her beauty, but because of her authentic vibe. There's something genuine about the way she connects with her audience, a mix of playfulness, elegance, and confidence that feels both real and aspirational. What truly sets Lizzie apart in the digital space is her ability to create a world where style meets substance. Every video she shares carries a sense of confidence and joy, a reminder that being yourself, fearlessly, is what truly captures hearts online. Through her growing online presence, Lizzie Walks proves that social media success isn't just about algorithms or aesthetics, it's about energy. And hers? It's unstoppable. When it comes to beauty, Lizzie Walks doesn't just follow trends, she defines them in her own subtle, unforgettable way. Her presence captures that rare balance between soft elegance and striking confidence, a combination that makes her impossible to overlook. Her makeup choices are never random. Some days she goes for that barely there, natural glow that highlights her skin's radiance and her expressive eyes. Other days, she embraces a bold, editorial look that commands attention. No matter the mood, she knows how to make beauty look effortless, as if it's simply a part of who she is, not something she tries to achieve. Lizzie's features tell their own story: the harmony in her expressions, the calm confidence in her gaze, the way her gestures seem to flow with purpose. It's not just physical beauty, it's presence, and that's what truly draws people in. She represents a kind of modern beauty that celebrates individuality over perfection, confidence over conformity. Even without official brand collaborations, yet, Lizzie already embodies what many beauty labels aspire to represent: authenticity, empowerment, and inclusivity. Her content doesn't sell a product, it sells a feeling, that self-assured, glowing energy that comes when you own who you are. It's easy to imagine her as the face of a future campaign, not because she fits into a mold, but because she breaks it. Her aesthetic has that timeless quality brands crave, versatile enough for high fashion, yet relatable enough for everyday beauty. In the ever-changing world of trends and filters, Lizzie stands out by keeping it real. Her version of beauty isn't about chasing perfection, it's about embracing the power of natural charm, emotional expression, and confidence that lights up from the inside out. What truly sets Lizzie Walks apart isn't just her look, it's her presence. The moment she steps in front of a camera, there's a natural confidence that fills the frame. She doesn't perform, she simply is. There's no forced expression, no exaggerated pose, just authenticity, captured in motion. And that's what makes her unforgettable. Lizzie has mastered the silent power of self-assurance. You can see it in the way she holds herself, in the calm steadiness of her eyes, in that effortless smile that feels genuine every single time. Her audience connects to her not because she tries to impress, but because she makes confidence look human, warm, real, and attainable. Through every post, every photo, every moment she shares, Lizzie sends a subtle but powerful message: beauty isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about the way you express yourself, the energy you bring into a space, and the courage to show up as your truest self. That's why her followers see more than a model, they see a woman who represents freedom. The freedom to be bold, to be real, and to be proud of who you are. Lizzie's confidence doesn't shout, it radiates. It draws people in quietly, like light through a window, constant, natural, and impossible to ignore. In a world full of noise and filters, her authenticity feels like a breath of fresh air. Lizzie Walks reminds us that confidence isn't something you wear, it's something you become. Even though Lizzie Walks is a relatively new name in the modeling and social media world, her impact has already stretched far beyond borders. What started as a personal expression on Instagram has evolved into a global presence, one that connects people from different countries, languages, and cultures. Her followers come from Europe, the United States, Latin America, and even parts of Asia, all drawn to the same magnetic energy that Lizzie brings to the screen. What makes her truly stand out is that her content doesn't rely on words, it speaks through visuals, emotion, and confidence. Each photo, each video, feels like a story captured in motion. The calm tone of her backgrounds, the soft lighting, the subtle play between shadow and color, all combine to create images that resonate universally. You don't need to understand her language to understand her energy. Her art communicates directly through feeling. Beyond the visuals, Lizzie shares glimpses of her real life, moments of travel, relaxation, and joy, which give her audience a sense of connection and authenticity. People see not just a model, but a person with ambition, passion, and a love for what she does. And that's why her influence keeps growing, because she's not just seen, she's felt. When you look closely at Lizzie Walks, you realize she's more than a beautiful face in front of the camera, she's a balance between precision and authenticity. There's a duality in her character that defines her presence. On one hand, she embodies professionalism, every pose, every expression, every frame feels intentional and perfectly composed. On the other hand, she stays strikingly real and approachable on social media, allowing her audience to see the person behind the pictures. This blend of confidence and humility gives Lizzie a rare kind of charm. She knows exactly how to present herself without ever losing touch with her natural side. It's not just about angles and lighting, it's about emotion, mood, and timing. Her ability to read the camera, and more importantly, the moment, shows a deep understanding of visual storytelling that many aspire to but few master. In a world where the modeling industry can often feel competitive and image-driven, Lizzie manages to protect her identity. She doesn't imitate, she interprets. She uses visual intelligence to highlight her strengths subtly, never relying on exaggeration or cliches. That quiet confidence, that sense of control, is what makes her artistry stand out. Every post, every shoot, feels like a deliberate step in building her own visual language, one that speaks of empowerment, grace, and creativity. Lizzie Walks isn't just modeling, she's crafting a story of self-expression that feels both elegant and human. There's something magnetic about people who know exactly who they are, who don't try to imitate anyone, but instead embrace their individuality so fully that the world has no choice but to notice. Lizzie Walks is one of those people. She entered the digital world quietly, without the noise of heavy promotion or controversy. Yet with every post, every glimpse into her world, she built a reputation grounded in authenticity, elegance, and quiet strength. Lizzie's journey represents more than a story of modeling success, it's a reflection of what happens when passion meets purpose. From her first photos to her latest collaborations, you can see an evolution, not just in her style, but in the confidence that radiates through her presence. She has learned the rhythm of the lens, how to move with grace, how to express emotion without words, how to create art out of ordinary moments. And through that, she has turned her social media into a gallery of beauty, light, and empowerment. What sets Lizzie apart is her balance. She manages to be both aspirational and relatable, someone who inspires admiration without creating distance. Her photos exude confidence, but not arrogance, elegance, but not coldness. She captures the kind of beauty that feels alive, rooted in movement, emotion, and personality. Each frame carries intention, a statement about who she is and what she stands for. When people scroll through her feed, they don't just see outfits and poses, they see moods. They see sunlight, textures, the soundless rhythm of confidence. Lizzie transforms simple visuals into emotional experiences. She's not trying to look perfect, she's trying to feel real. And that honesty resonates deeply with her audience. Over time, Lizzie has cultivated not just a following, but a community. Her supporters don't merely admire her, they connect with her. They see in her a reflection of their own desire to live freely, to express themselves without fear of judgment, to be both bold and kind. And in the ever-changing, fast-moving world of social media, where trends fade in hours, that kind of genuine connection is rare and powerful. Her visual language speaks through colors and light, soft neutrals, elegant contrasts, and compositions that draw your eye naturally. Every frame feels like a painting, carefully crafted yet effortlessly natural. It's the kind of aesthetic that invites viewers to stay a little longer, to feel something more than just admiration, to feel calm, inspired, and understood. But what truly defines Lizzie isn't just her beauty, it's her vision. She understands that influence is more than numbers. It's about impact. It's about what people feel when they see you, and what message you send without speaking. Lizzie's message is one of quiet empowerment, that confidence doesn't need to shout to be heard, that beauty doesn't need filters to shine, and that success doesn't require you to become someone else. As her journey continues, Lizzie keeps refining her craft. You can sense growth in her aesthetic choices, in the way she tells stories through visuals, and in how she balances creativity with consistency. She doesn't rush, she evolves. And that evolution is what keeps people invested. Her audience isn't just watching a model, they're watching a vision unfold, one frame at a time. Her online presence feels like a calm corner of the internet, a place where style meets serenity. There's no chaos, no shock value, no artificial noise. Just beauty, light, and intention. And that's what gives Lizzie's brand its staying power. She has built something sustainable, an identity that doesn't rely on trends but on timeless qualities like confidence, creativity, and authenticity. Lizzie Walks reminds us that being seen is easy, but being remembered takes depth. She has found that depth through her consistency, her authenticity, and her refusal to compromise her identity for attention. Every step she takes, both online and off, adds to a narrative of empowerment, reminding her followers that real influence begins within. At the end of the day, Lizzie Walks represents more than beauty, more than style, she represents a mindset. A way of walking through life with confidence, with grace, with the quiet power of someone who knows their worth. Her story reminds us that being authentic will always be more powerful than being perfect. Every photo, every video, every moment she shares online isn't just about fashion, it's about freedom. The freedom to express, to inspire, to be yourself without apology. And that's what makes Lizzie's journey so special. She doesn't just show the world who she is, she reminds the world who we can be. Her light is subtle, but it lasts. Her message is simple, but it echoes. And as her influence continues to grow, one thing is certain, Lizzie Walks will keep walking forward, with elegance, courage, and the kind of confidence that never fades. This was Gorgeous Models, where we celebrate the stories behind beauty, the art, the energy, and the people who